Hi, I'm Randy Hollenbeck, and this is the Music Roundtable. Today on the show, we have hard rock band American Dream Machine.
Oh,
Hey, hey.
What's up, guys?
Something's changed, I'm not the same. Am I stuck in your world with no escape? I can't cry another day for your mistakes. Cause I'm so ashamed, I'm so ashamed. What kills me is I just can't leave you alone. I won't die from the salt that you throw in my road. I won't pay for the change that you promised to grow. I'm done placing what's left of my trust into you. I won't die here inside your fury.
I just wanted to start out by just going around the room and just state your name and what instrument you play.
so I'm Sean. I'm the vocalist. I play guitar sometimes.
I'm Nick. I play guitar all the time, and I do vocals sometimes.
And I am Adam, and I just play the bass. And I look pretty.
I just wanted to dig into some history. Um, what sparked your interest in to get into music and start this journey? Who wants to go first?
Yeah, I'll jump in first. I've always wanted to be a musician. Like we had a piano when I was growing up, and I just kind of gravitated towards that when I was like 3. Um, Music's just always something I've been into. When I was like 9 or 10, I wanted to learn how to play bass. My dad was like, "Nah, dude, you want to play guitar?" And got me a guitar. Sorry, Adam.
That's fine. That is okay. I'm originally a drummer, so I downgraded to bass, so it's okay.
Worst mistake of your life. Sorry, gotta say it.
I'm happy with it. It's okay.
Dude, bass is fun, man. Bass is cool. There's nothing wrong. In my first player too, so you got to do it. You got to play bass. But yeah, music was always something I wanted to do, and there was kind of never a plan B. And doing this band was the band that I have always wanted to do. So getting to finally do it is awesome.
For myself, I got into it about maybe about 8. That's kind of when I started getting really introduced to music, right? Because I remember about that time, I was part of the whole Drake and Josh generation. So I remember seeing Drake Bell. I'm like, oh yeah, this dude plays music and he seems like he's having a great time doing it. So a couple years go on, and then I get hit with the whole rock band Guitar Hero wave as well. So from there, I'm just like, this looks sick. I want to go do that. Because you're playing Rocky like a hurricane, and you have all these people especially Guitar Hero 3. That one was wild. It's there's that one level where they're playing the backyard, and there's the people on the roof, jumping off the roof of the garage or something in the house. And then I think that one is when you duel Tom Morello or something. Oh no, there was one of the guitar duels on it. I was like, this is sick. So eventually, I asked my parents for a guitar for my birthday, and I've been playing ever since. And fortunately, I met these guys through Adam here, and now I play for American Dream Machine.
Yeah, for me, I was originally a baseball guy. I thought that was going to be my career ever since I was a young kid, and then my dad showed me a bootleg version of the Love Gun Tour by Kiss, and the cover was Gene Simmons spitting blood, and I wanted to just pursue music ever since then, and here I am today. But sometimes I do wish I stuck with baseball a little bit because I do miss it. But I am very happy with my position and where I am today with these lovely fellas.
Who were some of your like influences as in guitarist, bassist, vocalist? Who would you say are some of your like top three?
Ooh, man. Top three. Top three. Man, that's tough. For me, vocalists, probably Gerard Way. Um, God, so many. Anthony Green, all of Seosin, really. That first translating the name, all of the musicians on that EP. There we go. That's my answer.
For me, like these guys are like combo dudes for the most part. Like Dave Mustaine and Dave Grohl are like my two top ones because both those guys in particular kind of showed how they're unstoppable, right? They were both part of other bands that went to be huge, and then for whatever reason, it didn't work out for them. And then they started other bands, and they're just as big, if not bigger, depending on which case you're talking about. And then I don't know. The third one changes all the time because it's like I'm just always listening to new stuff, and um, I don't know. I'm on this giant Metallica kick again, so James Hetfield is up there as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Gene Simmons, obviously, because he's the one that got me into music. Uh, Cliff Burton, definitely the powerhouse behind that guy, and John Entwistle of The Who. He plays flawlessly.
Nick and Adam, the last time I saw you guys was at Black Forge Coffee a year and a half ago with Kingsman. How did you guys join up with this band?
So our manager at the time, Mal, she had managed Kingsman, and after everything, where Kingsman's on an indefinite hiatus, unfortunately. But I kept in touch with Mal, and Mal told me about this band, American Dream Machine, and was kind of hinting at they might need a bassist. So I just kept in touch with her, and they did need a bassist to go on tour. So I joined them doing that. And then I brought Nick aboard after some technical issues with their guitarist, and thankfully Nick was there to learn the set quickly. Um, and that's how we pretty much joined. It was very quick, very quick.
Yeah, it was very fast. Like I just got home from another tour, probably about like a week before or something, and then Adam jokingly is like, "Yeah, you should learn these six songs." I'm like, "Okay." And like a day goes by, and he's like, "Hey, remember when I said you need to learn the songs? You need to learn those songs." And then I just did it within like a day, 2 days span, something like that. It was like really, really quick. Um, I spent one full day actually practicing it, and the other day was when I was driving up to meet up with them in I think it was Rochester, right, guys? Yeah, we got Dinosaur Barbecue, and I just spent that whole time just listening to the songs on repeat during the whole like car ride to meet up with them, and I think it went well.
That's kind of how I was like working with them too, since like me and Nick don't live in Virginia. Nick lives in Ohio, I live in Rhode Island. So it's kind of difficult for us to get together to rehearse. So we would play to um, rehearse sets and tracks and stuff. But like Nick said, I was just listening to the songs on repeat like all day, every day, to the point where it's like I'm sick of these songs, but I love them. You know, because that's when you're a musician, you end up hating your songs.
Eventually, yeah, because like in that kind of circumstance, it's you really know the song by just listening to it too much. Like you can learn the chord progression and everything, and the chord progression doesn't mean anything, right? If you only heard the song like two or three times, like you're gonna have to listen to it at least like six times to actually be like, okay, this is how the melody's sitting over it, and the little intricacies of like, oh, when I hit it like on this beat here, it's lined up with a snare drum hit or something like that.
And you guys just like you didn't even practice. You just joined up with the band and went on stage.
I did.
For the most part, yeah.
Adam did too, really. Yeah. We didn't.
Yeah. I without a live rehearse, yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. And you guys both you pulled it off perfectly. Nobody had any idea.
The beauty of it, right?
And that's what happens after you've been playing for, 10, 15, 20 years. You can just do that.
I just started playing yesterday. I didn't even know how to play guitar then. It just somehow happened.
Just went to the store, but got a little first act guitar and just said, "Hey, I'm going to play a show."
The one with Adam Levine on it, like it had some special sugar on it and stuff. And then it teaches you how to get some moves like Jagger, and you're good.
Sean, how did you come up with the name for the band?
So the original name for the band was going to be Dead Hearts. That's why the first record is called Dead Hearts. But apparently that was taken. There's a band called like The Dead Hearts. I thought I was going to be able to get around it by just slamming them together, making it one word, but apparently we couldn't. So that put the name of the band like put off us announcing for like 6 months because I had everything ready, had the logo, all of it, and then we had to just come up with something else. And I don't know if you guys know this, but all of the good band names are taken. Every single good band name, if you come up with it, you're like, oh, that's it. Type it in, someone's got it. Someone huge has it, somebody small has it, doesn't matter. So that was a nightmare. I was just driving in the car. I actually there's like a little popcorn machine that I have upstairs. And it says like the Great American Popcorn Machine. And I think that just stuck in my head somewhere. And then I was just driving, trying to think of band names. That's usually where I come up with all of my good ideas are in the car. And I was like, American Dream Machine. That sounds kind of catchy. That sounds like, and then the acronym would be like ADM, and that's easy to remember and all of that stuff. And I looked it up, and nobody had it. There was one record called American Dream Machine by this band called Rubicon, and I was like, that's fine. It's just a dude. Flash forward to about a year ago. I'm in the studio. We're doing the last 5 songs that we're going to put out in January. January. And there's this guy in the studio standing outside who works at the studio. And he's like, "Oh, what's your band name?" I was like, "American Dream Machine." He was like, "Oh, my band's album was called American Dream Machine." And I was like, "Dude, Rubicon?" And he was like, "No way." I was like, "Oh my God, I never in a million years thought I would ever meet you, dude." But like, I've seen your band name pop up every time I've searched my own band name since the inception, dude. And he was like, "I've seen your guys' stuff too, obviously, because it pops up on our stuff." So that was a fun little synchronicity right there. But yeah, that's how I came up with it.
Yeah, how it like came full circle around and then you actually met that's unbelievable. You know?
I know it blew my like seriously. We were going out to get pizza. We were taking a break. We were going out, and that interaction happened. And for the next like hour and a half, that's like all I could talk about. The conversation kept going to other places, and I'd be like, "Yeah, but like, can you guys believe that just happened? Like, that. Come on, that's crazy." And they're like, "Yeah, shut up, Sean. Yeah. Anyway, this pizza's awesome, right?"
What city is your band based out of?
Well, right now we're scattered all over the place, but originally in Manassas, Virginia. So we're like 30 minutes away from DC, Northern Virginia.
I wanted to talk about a couple songs here. Still Breathing. It's like this song is so awesome. It like gets me pumped up every time I hear it. I'm like, um, it's like kind of like leaving the past behind, moving forward no matter what roadblocks get in your way. You just keep on going. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that's what it's about for sure. that original the way it starts out, I think it's got that acoustic thing. It's like boo win ooh woo win ooh win. That's what we started that's how the whole idea of the song started, was just with that little riff. So we sat down with an acoustic and did that, and then just led into we really wanted like a. I feel like all the best songs are songs that you can listen to and you just like imagine you going like 90 miles an hour in a car, with the windows down, just blasting. Like that is the best type of music, or is all the music that you can imagine that soundtrack to. And that whole album is about life and death and about the people that we've lost and just everything. There are like every song is about like a person, except for that song right there. That song is about the listener. That's about like the lesson you're supposed to get from everything, is that, just you gotta truck through. Like it's the most introspective song, but it's the one that's supposed to mean the most to the listener. You know what I mean? At the end, which I'm glad you like it so much. It's one of my favorite songs too. It's one of the most fun to play live because it's got the most energy, and that's what I wanted to capture the most with Dead Hearts, was just pure energy. And that song encapsulates it very well.
And just listening to that, I could just see like at the concert, like people like going crazy in the crowd.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is a get up and go song. If you don't move to that song, we got nothing for you. If that one doesn't work, sorry.
I'm in the fast lane, looking society in a rain cloud. It's raining love from the sky above 'cause I left town. Open, mouth shut, I'll drive this car into Just to the past, looking back, I can see now that I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I got a flat broken jack, had a breakdown, but I'm okay. Am I okay? No, no sense in perfect weather. No purpose, nothing matters. I'm okay, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay 'cause I'm still breathing.
The next song is Fury, and it features Brian from Currents on there. Can you tell me a little bit about that? How you got him to come on and be featured on your song?
Yeah, so Fury was written by our old guitar player Mitch, and he started the band Currents. So that's how he knew Brian and all of those dudes. He ended up quitting a little bit right before they blew up, and then when he left, Wiseman came in and replaced him. But he stayed in touch with Brian. I've met Brian a couple times. He's an awesome dude. But I met him before, like we did the collab. But Mitch had this song, and for that batch of songs, we were trying to go a little bit heavier. And he had that riff, so we based it. We started it with that riff and based it all around that. And it was such a heavy song, and I don't really like screaming that much, especially for like a whole dedicated part, like a bridge or something like that. So you're like, it'd be really cool to have a good feature on here. And Brian's awesome, Currents is amazing. If we could get him to do it, why not? And we asked him, and he was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do it. So we wrote this song. I think we probably had like 3 versions of that song going back and forth with just like chord progressions and stuff until we finally nailed it down. And then he put his vocals on it, made that bridge just crazy. And it really came together. And then we went and did the music video. We did it with Eric DiCarlo up in New Jersey. And and then we filmed it at like Mitch's house. It has all like the feathers. I think his like ex-girlfriend's in the video as like a little old lady. And it was fun. It was a goofy video. There was feathers literally everywhere, all over everything. I think we bought like, you could buy like huge bags of feathers, like those down feathers, and we got like, I think like 6 bags of them, and just exploded them all in his basement. And for like, and then in the live band shots, we did it again. We collected them all up and then shot them everywhere, and it probably took a couple hours afterwards to clean them all up. But yeah, that song was awesome. But that whole connection came through Mitch and him having started Currents.
I won't die from the salt that you throw in my way. I won't pay for the change that you promised to bring. But I'm placing what's left of my trust into you. I won't die here inside your fury. Was it the cost of loyalty that let me out to say that alone? Turn it to sputter and explode. What's left to take from me? It's time to bury every hurt you breed. I will not pay for your choice to leave. I will die inside your fury. Die from the salt that you throw in my way.
I'm sure everybody's going to have a different answer for this question. If there's one thing you could change about the music industry, what would it be?
I would probably say, um, let the baby bands have a chance. You know, like say like a big league is going on tour and like I said, the same cycle going over and over and over. Just like give somebody like us or like another band a chance to like go on tour and like see what they're made of, you know?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like ever since since the whole 2020 thing, like it seems like bands aren't taking out the small bands anymore. Smaller. It's just it seems like less and less for whatever reason that is. Maybe there's less of them. Maybe there's some other reason, but cool to see some new blood out there.
Yeah, the torch definitely needs to be passed at some point. I feel like it's not happening, but that could just be me.
Yeah, there's been a lot of like recycled tours with the same bands going out, which is fine because like that's what people are comfortable getting and knowing what they can get out of it, you know? And there might be some of the recycled tours that will bring out somebody else that I've never heard of or Sean's never heard of, Nick's never heard of, but I just think that there needs to be more, especially with like festivals. There should be like a lot more new generation bands on those, at least a side stage of just fully new bands, so people could check out.
Trying to break some new blood into the scene instead of just giving us all the legacy, which we love, but they're doing all right. They're good. Maybe not all of them, but uh, I think streaming the amount of money you get for streaming is just insane. The whole Spotify model, the whole like how much money that dude gets, just him himself, he's like worth billions of dollars. We get like 0.0003 cents or 1 cent. I don't even know what it's so minuscule. And I mean, it's built off of all of us. And I guess we all kind of collectively agree to put our stuff on there. But at the end of the day, do we even have a choice anymore? People don't even have CD players. They want to listen to everything digitally. Yeah, you can go to iTunes and you can buy it, but who does that anymore? Nobody does.
At least Randy does.
Yeah, I look. Hey, look. I love when people buy our stuff. I love if I really really do enjoy a song, I will go buy it. You know what I mean? But most of the time it's just thrown into my Spotify player. Like I'm guilty of it too. It's a great system, but it doesn't pay out. It doesn't reward the artists for being on it. Like all of those huge artists that are making those billions of streams, like they've already got a record deal and a team behind them and all of this stuff. It's like only the rich get richer type deal. You know what I mean? And we're down here just trying to make it. And it's this content based culture where you just got to sit down and try to make content, and that's it.
Which social media has definitely ruined the music industry for sure.
Yeah, like it's something that's like gonna go viral on TikTok. Yeah, they might enjoy that song for a little while, but it's got no substance to it, and they're just immediately forgotten about. And then they just keep trying to sign all these artists to get a one viral video, and then they have no idea why there's not there because there's nothing behind it. You know what I mean? Instead of like a band that's got a whole catalog of songs that are all really good, been on the road, done all of these things, but that if you don't got that social media thing, none of that matters. And I think it's sad, honestly. It's a sad state.
And I think to play off of that, I think it just shows how fickle the industry can be. Because like some people will like blow up and stay there, and that's awesome. But then there's some that will kind of catch a little bit of a break, and then it just instantly dies for whatever reason. You know, it can be a good like most likely the song isn't going to just blow up without it being like catchy in some sort of way. And for some artists, like it just doesn't catch the right way. You know, it's just like especially with the social media algorithms constantly changing, and then like every once in a while, those like algorithms, if you catch a wave, it can just die. You know, like a week after.
Or you could just have the wrong word in your song, and that immediately takes it out of the algorithm. Like, man, one of our best songs is dead. You can't even say that. You can't even say that word.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs, and I'm just like, why isn't this song bigger than it should? Like, it needs to be huge.
Yeah. Every time we try to post it, immediately just gets crushed by the algorithm because it's the we actually had an AP article written up about us for specifically about Dead. This was years ago, and I'm talking 10 minutes before it's supposed to go live. Like we did a whole interview, it was a whole huge deal. 10 minutes before it goes live, we get the email, hey, they're pulling it. There's somebody at AP that's like the final say as to who gets to put the content out, and they just loosely read the title of it, and the title of it was our chorus. It was like dead, 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 and then it was like something about like drugs because it's anti-drug. But them just glancing at the top of it, they gleamed that it was us trying to support drugs or something like that, and boom, pulled it. And we could do nothing about it. We like emailed him. We're like, "Yo, hey, what do you? Come on, you're taking it. Just listen to the song." Like even the guy that wrote the article was like, "I don't." He was pissed, and we were pissed. And then, but that's it. All we got to post out of that was some like status about like, "Hey, we were gonna have some article come out. Can't even tell you the name of it because we didn't want to burn that bridge." It's been years now, so I don't even really care at this point. But like, just something like that, you know.
Still have a chance, AP.
That article's already written. You just got to hit publish, man. We could do a follow up, man. But yeah, and Dead is one of our best songs, hands down. I love that song. We'll always play it live. It does great. It feels great.
Yeah, it's one of the first songs Mal sent me, and I definitely got hooked right off the bat listening to that song.
It's good. It's a good one. That's why I'm the most proud of.
I just love how it's dead, dead, dead. You know, it's just like it's catchy. It's just like it's like it has this really cool, like aggressive but kind of fun pop punky kind of thing. It it's like if Green Day decided to be, I don't know, the heavier side of My Chemical Romance or something like that.
Yeah, it honestly it was the everything I wanted the sound to be out of this band. And that was the first song we recorded. That was the first iteration of this band. The first song we wrote was that song. And going to the studio down in North Carolina with Kyle, when I got that bounce back, I swear to God, I listened to it at least 200 times. Just over and over in my bed, just so fucking stoked that it all came together so perfectly. Like I like this.
Oh, dude, I would catch myself like walking around at work and just like dead, dead, dead. I'm like, shit, it's a good song.
It's good, man. It's catchy. It's a good one.
It is catchy, very catchy.
That's when you know you have a hit when you sing it all the time. It pops in your head.
Yeah, not according to some people, but
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, we're okay. We're fine. I don't think about it.
Where do you see the music industry going in the next couple years?
Yeah, the way that I'm seeing in the next couple of years, or are we really talk like I can just see it being more and more going into like the realm of like social media, just because it's where we're at right now. It's like I feel like more and more artists are probably eventually going to have to be on social media in some sort of capacity because it just that's like if you go out in public, it's you just see zombies everywhere, for better or worse. Everyone's on their phone. It's like I'm even guilty of it, like as like a nervous like as a nervous anxiety thing. I just don't. I'll just be out in public and be like, oh, I'm waiting for like 30 seconds. I'm gonna check my phone real quick. Make it look like I'm busy doing something.
But I mean that is the way to like listen to new music or like what's out there. Like something will pop up on your phone. It's like, oh, like what is this? Let me listen to more. Or like who's this band? Who's this artist? It's gonna get interesting though if TikTok gets shut down. Apparently, what is that next January or something?
Supposedly, I don't know. We'll see.
So that might hurt the industry a little bit.
But the thing is, it's like anything else. Once there's something of that nature, it's just going to get replaced. Like we're already seeing YouTube Shorts, we're seeing Instagram Reels.
Oh yeah, Instagram's the new TikTok, so they have the same thing.
Because like look at Napster, right? Granted, that was like about a solid. When did the Metallica lawsuit happen? 2001, 2002, and then all of like 6 or 7 years later, Spotify's out. And everyone's like, oh yeah, because I think it was 2009, right? 2010, around that, somewhere around that ballpark. But yeah, something else will come and take it. If it's not TikTok, it's just who.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna get more detailed into the social media world. I don't think it could go backwards at this point with all the technology that's out there. It's like industry is gonna use it for sure. This is just a gateway to make a single easy buck, you know?
Yeah, think about like when they used to put singles in movies all the time, or they do still now, but like or like video games. Like I know the big one, especially growing up, was like the wrestling games, NHL, the NFL, Madden games. So yeah, they're just gonna find a new way to place it.
But it is harder because some like video games and wrestling they do have in-house like producers and musicians that they'll only create the music in-house and they won't really use anybody else outside of that circle unless they really need a theme song for something. Then they'll hit up a band or whatever, be like, hey, we want to use this song. But other than that, I think most people have in-house musicians now.
I feel like it's hit 50-50 because if you look back at the old Guitar Hero games, half of those versions of the songs, those are all like covers. Like Guitar Hero had their own session guys. Like I know the real big one was like The Devil Went Down to Georgia. That was a reimagining of a certain song.
Charlie Daniels, rest in peace.
Mm-hmm. R.I.P.
Although that Nickelback version was badass, I'll have to admit.
Dude, Nickelback slaps. All right.
They do. They're a really good band.
My power went out. I literally have no power in my house whatsoever.
That's what you get for living in Manassas, Virginia.
Yeah, I guess so. So now I'm out in my car. It's probably going to be a terrible connection, but hey, hi, I'm back. Dude, I was in my basement and all the lights went out, and dude, that was the creepiest. It is so creepy down there, man. Oh my God. All right, I'm back.
We were just talking about where do you see the music industry going in the next couple years?
I don't know. I feel like the pendulum always swings pretty hard one way and then goes back the other way. I feel like rock has been pretty soft lately, so I hope it's going to swing back towards the, I wouldn't say heavier, but maybe faster. Oh, the lights are back on. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Whatever, I'll stay right here. I hope it gets away from the how like digital everything is. You know, like the content, the TikToks, the everything. I hope people get as tired of it as I am and just it goes back to let's like find a good live band. Let's like go out and like let's find a band with a good catalog and like, you know, get behind it that way instead of like, oh, what's viral this week, you know?
Now, do you see like more bands like DIY and like everything like, you know, pretty much they could do in-house. Sometimes there's bands that have some guy in their band that does like studio work and he does the album. And then you got like you everybody could post to like Spotify and iTunes their music. Do you feel like some parts of the industry are going to disappear?
I don't know. I think that there's definitely some merit in going to an actual studio and going to like anybody can learn Logic and learn how to, you know, produce an album that sounds pretty good, but you're not going to get the things that you're missing. You know, when you bring in somebody else, when you bring in like a actually good songwriter or a really good, you know, engineer, they're going to add things to your music that you're never going to think of. And if people keep doing, you know, like in-house stuff, yeah, you're going to come out with some good stuff too. But I think there's a collaboration that they're missing out on that if people understand how beneficial that is, I don't think that aspect will ever go away because that's what all the big dogs do. All the big dogs, they go to a studio, they go to the person they know they can trust, the person that sees the vision that they see, and then that, you know, that's where the magic happens. It's with the people that you know they devoted their lives to it. Sure, DIY is awesome. I DIY lots of stuff. I've got hundreds and hundreds of songs and demos and any cover that we've done outside of Minerva, I've recorded. That's why we haven't published them because it's not up to, you know, I can demo a song all day and sit there and, you know, do it up, but it's not going to be the same level as if I went to the studio that we usually go to and like keep that same quality of production up, you know?
Yeah, completely agree with Sean there, where it's like you can do everything on your own. Like there are artists that have done it and do it, you know. But there's also a certain, like you said, a certain thing about like a producer because it's like you can produce yourself, but if you don't have that little bit of outside perception of where something could go, that's what makes it, like you said, makes it better because time and time again, like you look at all these classic records, like I'm thinking like the VH1 series, like the classic albums or something like that, when they're interviewing the producer in the studio and they're always talking about, yeah, like especially when they're doing when they're interviewing the producer and the producer is like, yeah, I was trying to push him and then this just happened. You can't just get that solely from the engineering perspective.
Yeah, those little magic moments.
Okay. What do you guys got planned for the fall and winter?
So we have a single that's coming out December 13th. It's called Seeing Ghosts. It's going to be one of the last songs from our I Hate It Here record that is still yet to come out. But we're dropping a then 5-song EP. Was it January 10th, I believe? And that's with Project Sound. So they hit us up and they asked us, or they hit Kyle up and they were like, hey, do you have any artists that, you know, want to come in and do 5 songs? We'll pay for it. So we went in there, we did 5 songs. The EP is called Cabin Fever. And all of those songs, all 5 of them, are going to drop at the same time on January 10th. And then we're going to be hitting the road as soon as possible. Any show, if you guys want us to come play, hit us up, please.
Okay. Where can we find you at? Facebook, Instagram?
Everywhere. We're American Dream Machine on Instagram. I think on TikTok
We are everywhere.
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 Anywhere, if you can think it, we're there.
Okay. That's all the questions I have. Thanks for coming on the show today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think I'm good. Sorry for the little
Yeah, I am good with questions.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Randy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Randy. Appreciate it.
Have a good one, man.